There's something we say on the channel quite often. You can be dumb and you can be a criminal, but you just can't be a dumb criminal.
This is the story of one dumb criminal.
Actually, immediate correction. 3 dumb criminals. Viva Fry, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida Rumbler, and if you haven't heard this story, it's going to blow your mind with the abject stupidity, blackmail, extortion, and criminals being too dumb to not get caught. From People.com, Maryland politician accused of secretly filming ex-consultant in bed with married lover, using as blackmail to silence her. Dalya Attar was charged with 8 counts related to extortion, conspiracy, and wiretapping on Thursday, October 23rd, according to a newly unsealed federal indictment by Christine Pelisek. The details of this story are so outrageous, so absurd, so sordid, I had to go read the indictment myself just to make sure that the reporting was accurate. The reporting is accurate, and the conduct is absolutely over-the-top, absurd, stupid criminals. That's what we have right now. Need to know, Dalya Attar was charged with 8 counts related to extortion, conspiracy, and wiretapping on Thursday, October 23rd, according to a newly unsealed federal indictment. Her brother, Joseph Attar, and Coleman Finkelstein, a Baltimore City police officer, are also charged in connection with the alleged scheme. According to the indictment unsealed on Thursday, October 30, there were recording devices in smoke detectors secretly recording the former consultant in bed with her romantic partner who, quote, was married to another person, end quote. All right, I say that you can be a criminal and you can be dumb, you just can't be a dumb criminal. I also say keep your schmeckle in your pants, or in the case of a vagina, keep other people's schmeckles out of your vajayjay if you're married. But apparently in this story, victim 1, or whichever one was the one having an affair, or at least having sex with a married person, my goodness, if they had just not done that, none of this would have happened, and they would have been a whole hell of a lot happier than they are right now. A Maryland state senator has been charged in an alleged blackmail scheme that involved secretly filming a former political consultant in bed with a married lover. Dalya Attar, a Democrat from Baltimore, was charged with 8 counts related to extortion, yada yada yada. Let's get to the indictment. In the United States District Court for the District of Maryland, United States of America versus Dalya Attar, Joseph Attar, aka Yossi Attar, aka Jay Attar, and Coleman G. Finkelstein, defendants. Defendant Dalya Attar was a resident of Baltimore, Maryland from 2015 until approximately September 2022. Dalya Attar served as an assistant state's attorney in the office of the state's attorney for Baltimore City. From January 2019 to January 2025, Dalya Attar served as a member of the Maryland House of Delegates. On January 24, 2025, she was appointed to the Maryland Senate. Then you have Joseph Attar, who is her brother, and defendant Coleman Finkelstein was a resident of Baltimore, Maryland. Finkelstein was a sworn law enforcement officer with the Baltimore City Police Department. Finkelstein assisted with Dalya Attar's 2022 campaign team. These are criminals, these are dumb people, these are dumb criminals, and one of them is allegedly also, or was allegedly also, a member of law enforcement. And now this is not the hashtag no defamation, just to remind everybody that all of these allegations in the indictment are mere allegations. They have not yet been tested in court. They have not yet been subject to all of the defendants' rights to avail themselves of whatever defenses they want to avail themselves of. They have not been proven yet.
But my goodness, they are damning.
Victim 1 was a dual citizen of the United States and Israel and a resident of Israel. Victim 1 was a paid political consultant working on the campaigns of candidates for both federal and state office. Victim 1 worked as a consultant for candidates from the Republican and Democratic parties. Victim 1 was a paid political consultant for Dalya Attar's 2018 candidacy for the Maryland House of Delegates. Shortly before the election, Victim 1's involvement with Dalya Attar's campaign was discontinued after a disagreement. After leaving Dalya Attar's campaign, Victim 1 was known by Dalya Attar and her associates to be unsupportive of Dalya Attar's candidacy for office. Victim 2 was a resident of Baltimore City, Maryland. At some point, Victim 2 had a romantic relationship with Victim 1, even though Victim 2 was married to another person. The Hebrew word, quote, shiduchim, end quote, refers to a system of matchmaking in which members of the Orthodox Jewish community are introduced to each other for the purpose of marriage. A, quote, sadachan, end quote, is a Jewish professional matchmaker. Oh my goodness, is this indictment going to be embarrassing for a whole hell of a lot of people, especially Victim 1 and 2. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and if you are going to be unsupportive of Dalya Attar, she's going to install cameras in smoke detectors in your apartment, record you having an affair, and then attempt to use that as blackmail to get you to shut up about your criticism about her. Now, one of the questions I had in all of this is how they were able to get the chat messages between the defendants, and what I'm told is that once they get a subpoena, they can sort of get the deleted message reconstituted. There are a number of messages directly from the defendants to the Victim 1 and or Victim 2 as relates to their extortion scheme, but apparently they were able to salvage the deleted chat messages between these 3 bumbling idiots of criminals. And as relates to those Yiddish words, which I actually didn't know of before reading this lawsuit, apparently this involves a matchmaker. This involves a relationship between members of the Orthodox community where infidelity is highly shunned upon, and yeah, those are the words that you need to remember for the rest of this indictment.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book. and make me a perfect match.
Listen to this. The illegal wiretap for the purpose of extortion. On or about January 2nd, 2020, Dalya Attar sent a series of WhatsApp messages to co-conspirator 1, stating in relevant part, quote, 2 years later, victim 1 is still looking to screw me badly. I just want her to be a non-issue in my mind, and in reality that won't happen as long as she is relevant or doesn't have anything to worry about. Because I believe she's building things up, even small things, but in the end, it's the right time for her, close to re-election, it'll come out. And even more reason why the lady should be afraid to come out with anything at any point, end quote. On or about January 9, 2020, Finkelstein sent a WhatsApp message to Joseph Attar stating, quote, we need to follow victim 1 when she is here, end quote, to which Joseph Attar responded, quote, couldn't be more thrilled, end quote. On or about January 13, 2020, Joseph Attar sent a WhatsApp message to Finkelstein stating, quote, hey, got the info, end quote. Finkelstein responded, quote, 13th to 22nd, end quote, which was a reference to victim 1's travel dates from Israel to Baltimore, Maryland. Joseph Attar asked, quote, what time does she get here and where will she be, end quote. Finkelstein responded, quote, I'm working on that, end quote. While in Baltimore, victim 1 stayed in the apartment of a family member of Finkelstein's. Paragraph J is when this gets too stupid for words. On or about January 16, 2020, Joseph Attar created a voice message on WhatsApp stating, yes, we got all the units working, got the double-sided tape on it, all that kind of little crap. Got it connected, tested them, and all that. Now I'm on my way there now to go and pick the lock and try to get in. Later that day, Joseph Attar and other co-conspirators entered the apartment where victim 1 was staying and installed a recording device in the living room and a recording device in the bedroom. Paragraph K, on or about January 16, 2020, Finkelstein created a voice message on WhatsApp saying, quote, damn, I wish I had victim 2's stamina, end quote. Criminals, dumb criminals, corrupt dumb criminals, and perverts to boot. So now we know about how they got the cameras in and got the footage. Let's see exactly what they are alleged to have done with that purportedly incriminating footage. It's incriminating footage when you're in a community. Keep your schmeckle in your pants, people, but let's see what they do with that incriminating footage. On or about December 7, 2021, at 10:35 a.m., Joseph Attar met with victim 2 at the atrium of Green Springs Shopping Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Joseph Attar told victim 2 the following. 1. I have hours of footage of you in bed with victim 1. Hours. 2. Here's what I need you to do for this to go away permanently. So the only thing you need to do is very simple, is go to victim 1 and say to her, listen, leave Dalya alone. Don't bring her up anymore to anyone. Stay out of this election, the delegate election, and make sure she doesn't do anything against Dalya throughout this election. Or I'll share this video with everybody you know, everyone she knows, every rabbi in town, your kids, your wife, her daughters. I have all her daughters' numbers in the phone if you want to see that too, right? I already have all her daughters' phone numbers, right? And every shadchan in Israel who is trying to set up her daughters, I'll share these videos with. 3, I have to protect my family. You can go to victim 1. You can go to victim 1 and say, victim 1, leave Dalya alone. For my sake and for your sake, leave Dalya alone. That's all I want. That's it. I'm not asking for much. Stay out of the race and make sure no article comes out. Yeah, if true, that's criminal extortion to say the... It's amazing. Then we get counts 2 and 3, extortion via interstate commerce, Dalya Attar, Joseph Attar, and Coleman Finkelstein. And here you have a table of the threats. December 12, 2021, the threat, WhatsApp message sent from Joseph Attar to victim 2 asking, quote, will requests be satisfied, end quote. June 28, 2022, Joseph Attar, text messages to victim 1 via WhatsApp. And then we've got use of interstate facility. Joseph Attar sent a WhatsApp message to victim 1 that stated, quote, I suggest you have a conversation with victim 2. Coleman Finkelstein sent a WhatsApp message to Dalya Attar that stated, quote, maybe we can push victim 2 one more time. Dalya Attar sent a WhatsApp message to Joseph Attar and co-conspirator 1 that stated, quote, looks like she wants the world to know about her and victim 2. And on June 28, 2022, Joseph Attar threatened victim 1 via WhatsApp message. Now, before I get poetic on all of you, make sure that you have liked, shared, subscribed, turn on notifications, drop a comment in the comment section below. But what is the poem? Oh, what tangled webs we weave when at first we seek to deceive. And oh, what tangled messes we get into when we cannot keep other people's junk out of our junk when we are married. And that is not an attempt to blame victims 1 and victim 2. That is simply to say, if you don't have affairs, people can't use your affairs as extortion material against you, and don't have affairs in general because it doesn't go anywhere good. That being said, don't be a dumb freaking criminal, certainly not one working in law enforcement. And then back to the People magazine article. In a statement shared with People, Attar says she, quote, ran for public office because of my strong belief in serving my community that I love, and I would never do anything to knowingly jeopardize my constituents' trust in me, end quote, adding that the case, quote, centers on the allegations of my former disgruntled employee, end quote. Quote, we have yet to see any tangible evidence to support the claim that I knew of any illegal actions taken on my behalf, end quote, she she says, quote, I look forward to sharing my side of the story and believe the truth will be the arbiter of justice. In the meantime, I will continue to serve my community with humility and honor and look forward to being as transparent as possible, end quote. According to the Associated Press, Attar is an Orthodox Jew and became the first woman of that faith to serve in the state Senate. Oh my goodness, Dalya Attar is actually throwing the other two defendants under the bus by suggesting that they might have done what they're alleged to have done, but they did it without her knowledge so that she's totally innocent. Unbelievable! Do not piss off Dalya Attar, people.
Do you realize what you've done?
That being said, she is innocent until proven guilty, and who knows, maybe they did all of this without her knowledge, without her consent, and she will, in fact, be acquitted at the end of the day. We shall see, but that is the vlog. If you like what I do, you know what to do, but most importantly, exercise, eat healthy, sunlight, talk to people in real life, and now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah!